I'm standing in front of the headquarters of a company that manages $10.6 trillion. That's more than half the United States GDP.
This single company quietly controls more wealth than any country, even more than the GDP of the United States. This isn't science fiction, it's the reality of a system so powerful that it's changing the financial world forever. Meet Aladdin AI, the most influential force you've ever heard of. Aladdin's story begins in the 1980s with Larry Fink, a towering figure in high finance today. But his rise carries an unsettling resemblance to the whispers of secretive power often linked to the Illuminati. In 1986, Larry Fink led bond trading at First Boston, one of Wall Street's elite firms. Driven by ambition, he pushed limits, trading far beyond acceptable risk parameters to outpace competitors and claim dominance. It was bold, almost calculated, as if it was from a shadowy playbook of control. But ambition, unchecked, invites ruin. Fink's $100 million loss shattered his career, a fall that seemed almost scripted, a warning of overreaching power punished by unseen forces. As if guided by unseen forces, this failure sowed the seeds for Aladdin, a system so vast that some liken it to a tool of modern global control. This reckoning didn't just transform Fink's career, it forged a mechanism quietly reshaping the economic power structure. Today, Aladdin's reach extends far beyond risk management, drawing comparisons to shadowy elites orchestrating history's course. But what began as a lesson in humility now looms as a force influencing markets, governments, and lives worldwide, a tool wielded by BlackRock to quietly dominate the global financial landscape. By 1988, Fink co-founded BlackRock, a firm some claim mirrors the secretive ambitions of shadowy elites like the Illuminati. Its goal wasn't just to prevent failures, but to quietly build dominance. Aladdin, initially a humble bookkeeping tool, evolved into a near-omniscient force in finance. With immense resources poured into it, Aladdin became a hidden hand of control, influencing over 240 clients, including governments and central banks. By the year 2000, its power was undeniable, fueling whispers of a master plan known only to a select few. Shockingly, Aladdin's influence stretches far beyond BlackRock's own portfolio, quietly managing trillions of dollars in assets across industries and borders. It's hard to fathom how a system that started as a modest tool for bond trades transformed into a global powerhouse. Fueled by relentless innovation, it now integrates advanced technologies to navigate the world's most complex financial landscapes. Aladdin doesn't just predict trends or manage risks, it shapes them, weaving itself into the fabric of global decision-making. This isn't just dominance, guys, it's control. Its reach has made it indispensable, a silent force guiding economies and reshaping the very structure of global finance. What I've found out about Aladdin is deeply unsettling. It's not just a game-changing financial tool, it's a system with an almost supernatural ability to process massive amounts of data and predict outcomes with eerie precision. Imagine a system so advanced that it constantly analyzes global market trends, evaluates risks, and identifies opportunities all in real time, like an omnipotent force pulling the strings. Its machine learning algorithms sift through millions of data points daily, uncovering patterns from market performance, geopolitical events, and even microscopic interest rate shifts. Some whisper it's not just tech, but a creation echoing the shadowy ambitions of elites like the Illuminati, granting its users an almost godlike edge over mere human traders. Now, this might sound like a dream come true for investors, but it also raises some unsettling questions. Think about it. Aladdin manages $21.6 trillion in assets, more than the entire GDP of the United States. That kind of power doesn't just follow market trends, it shapes them. Some even draw comparisons to shadowy elites like the Illuminati, claiming it's part of a larger force quietly controlling the global economy. With so many relying on its predictions, is Aladdin just a tool, or is it an invisible hand quietly steering the financial world's future? This is where critics start raising alarm bells, and it's hard to ignore the unsettling possibilities here. If so many investors are relying on the same system, doesn't that create a dangerous sameness? Imagine this: everyone analyzing the same risks, acting on the same data, making the same moves. It's like a tightly wound machine waiting for a single spark to ignite chaos. A market downturn could snowball, with investors scrambling in sync, triggering a domino effect. As Aladdin's influence grows, it raises the question of whether it is truly making markets more efficient or quietly creating a dangerously uniform world, vulnerable to collapse. What we can find as most chilling about Aladdin is the systemic risk it poses. BlackRock's dominance means Aladdin isn't just a tool, it's the backbone of global finance. But what happens if that backbone cracks? A cyber attack, a glitch, or even a technical failure could unleash chaos on an unimaginable scale. Think about it, $21 trillion in assets, suddenly mismanaged or inaccessible? The fallout would be catastrophic. And yet, Aladdin operates mostly in the shadows. Regulators are left grappling with the sobering truth. A system so vast and opaque that its risks seem almost impossible to measure, let alone control. It's like trusting the global economy to a black box, one we barely understand but can't live without. Some whisper that Aladdin's sheer scale isn't just a marvel, it's a ticking time bomb, a single point of failure for the global economy. If this system, so deeply woven into the very fabric of global finance, were ever compromised or manipulated, the consequences would be catastrophic. To me, the thought isn't just unsettling, it feels like the stuff of dark conspiracies. A hidden power controlling trillions with almost no transparency starts to resemble a shadowy overlord, echoing those ominous whispers of the Illuminati. It's unseen, unstoppable, and quietly pulling the strings of the world's wealth. Some conspiracies suggest it's not just analyzing markets, but manipulating them, even exploiting crises for BlackRock's gain. During the 2020 pandemic market crash, Aladdin advised the US Federal Reserve on asset purchases, including ETFs, a market BlackRock dominates. Critics argue this coordination allowed BlackRock to subtly steer economies, turning chaos into opportunity for strategic profit. It raises chilling questions about transparency, power, and whether Aladdin is quietly reshaping the global economy in ways we cannot fully comprehend. Aladdin's story isn't just about finance. It feels like a chilling reflection of the shadowy ambitions often tied to groups like the Illuminati. The real question is, can we stop it before it controls everything? If you found this exploration of Aladdin AI intriguing, consider sharing your thoughts on the implications of a single system controlling so much of the global economy, whether it's a necessary innovation or a risk we cannot afford to ignore. Don't forget to subscribe for more insights.